Hello, I'm Toni DiModica, and this is Simply Sicilian, Sicilian Italian cooking made easy. Today I'm going to make for you linguini con melanzane e pignoli. It's linguini with eggplant and pine nuts. And we're going to need olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, some salt, some pepperoncini, red pepper flakes, some pine nuts, pignoli nuts, eggplant, garlic, and basil. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to toast the pine nuts in a dry pan for a few minutes. And while that is toasting, I'm going to go ahead and start cutting my eggplant and chopping my garlic. And I need a good knife. Okay, there we go. I didn't peel the whole thing. I did it like in stripes here, so we'll just have a little bit of the texture of the skin on it. And this particular eggplant is not bitter. I grew it in the garden myself, and so it's not old. It's a baby, and so it doesn't have any bitterness to it. The older your eggplant is, the more bitter it is, and you would need to put it in a pan with salt on it, or actually on a plate with salt on it, and put something on top of it and let it stay there for about half an hour to let the juice come out, the bitterness come out of it. But this doesn't have it. Okay, I'm going to now chop some garlic, 2 cloves of garlic. That's good. And we'll save the basil for a little later. Then we're going to put about 3 tablespoons of olive oil in here. I'm going to give it a good, simply because the eggplant takes up a lot of oil. And it's in a hot pan to begin with. There we go. You can hear that. You can hear a little sizzle. Then we will let this go for a little bit until it gets soft. Now I'm going to add 1 pound of linguini. I salted my water very well. And look, it's hiding. Okay. And we'll get this down in here. And while this is cooking, we'll be finishing up making our sauce with the eggplant, and our pine nuts are toasting away, so we'll see how they're doing. A little bit longer. Let's turn the flame up a little bit, get a little toasty look to them. Okay. Takes a little while. Takes about, I'd say about 10 minutes for the eggplant to get soft enough. So we'll just let it go. In the meantime, we'll add a little bit of garlic, or chopped garlic to it, and some salt. Okay, and our little pepperoncino. Give it a little zing of that, zingy. Okay. All right. That's a little bit of garlic there. Okay, now that the eggplant's getting a little softer, I'm going to add a little bit of the basil to it. I'm just going to give it a rough chop. And we'll save the rest for garnish afterwards. Okay, I'm going to check on my pasta and see how that's doing. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to taste the pasta because I think it should be ready. Because we want it to be al dente, which means to the tooth, a little bite to it, but not too soft. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Our eggplant is ready. I'm going to take my pasta. Just going to add it there, and then we'll add our pine nuts. Finish it up with our basil and Parmigiano Reggiano cheese. pasta water to it. So we can cook it down slightly. Okay. And we're going to add our pine nuts. Yes. Okay. And I'm going to finish it up with our cheese. Off. We'll add our cheese to it. Very good. And the rest of our basil. Cut it a little bit, and we'll just sprinkle it on there. Okay, there we have it. Linguini con melanzane e pignole. And we're going to taste this now. I'm going to make you all jealous because it's so good. Grab a fork. My eggplant. And I want to get a little bit of this. Okay? You gotta get it in there. I'm sorry, but this is really good. So you can find these recipes on simplysicilian.net. Also on Simply Sicilian, Sicilian Italian Cooking Made Easy, and my favorite Sicilian Italian recipes, which is on Kindle and Smashwords.com. Buon appetito and ciao.